Well, hello. This is the Alex video for September, and I'm staying in a different hotel than I was in last video, but still a hotel. I found mold in my bathroom, and I had to see a mold doctor who thinks I might have had mold poisoning. But anyway, sorry, there's distractions here. It might not be that necessarily. I'm waiting to find out sort of some more about the details. But some hormonal problems continue to go on, and stomach problems and stuff like that. And so my mom had surgery 4 weeks ago. Found mold in the house. I left the house, and mold doctor told me to just evacuate the house and never go back, basically, at least until anything changes. And so all that stuff's a big challenge, big bummer. It's been more difficult to eat without having like a kitchen, and so I, with my parents' help, I went and rented an apartment, and talked to them if there had been any mold problems or anything, and signed the lease or whatever, and then because they'd answered everything all right. And I went to go inspect the property, but it took a while because I had doctor's appointments. And then when I got to the apartment, like in one of the closets with the water cooler or water heater, like it's all moldy in there. Like it's moldy. Like there's mildew or mold. Like so. Basically, my doctor was like, make sure there's no mold or anything. And I thought, well, it's probably not going to be. So I was just wrong. And that's not a good place for me to live if this is a mold thing, and I got to wait another damn week to get the stupid mycotoxin labs back. And otherwise, I got called into the doctor's office because my luteinizing hormone is too high, which means I'm basically just going into like testicular dysfunction, malfunction. If it keeps on the trend it's going to go, I'm going to continue to atrophy, and then I'll just have failure. And so it just all pisses me off. This other doctor who I put into, I tried to explain the situation of my drug sensitivity after being on Klonopin and Valium and all that stuff. Well, actually, that's not specifically right. I'm getting distracted because there's something off to my left. But so I tried to explain to her, since I discontinued Effexor and Risperdal, I've been really hypersensitive to things. And it just did not register. And there's only so many times I could explain it, and she just didn't know what I was talking about. She never heard of it, so she was like, "Well, I don't know what to do about that." And it's that or drive to another goddamn Richardson, Texas, which is like almost 4 hours away, to see a different mold doctor. So, which I may end up having to do if, So she gave me one antifungal to start on, and just going to start on that and hope that it goes well. It's gone okay so far. Not great. It's only been a day. But just a lot of stress, and I feel, some of the other problems that I have, I'm waiting for autoimmune results because I have problems with my veins in my arms and my legs, and just other places. Just started since all this. And so, yeah, I mean, basically, even if this is because of mold or an autoimmune condition, it all traces back to the fact that I was put on and took so much psychiatric medication for so many years, switching back and forth between them. And I have to switch yet again because I take Klonopin and Valium. Klonopin has lactose in it, which I can't have according to my doctor, so I'm going to try to find a different variation of clonazepam that is dairy free and cornstarch free and all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes. That's about it. The only thing is, this is really hard now, like with this degree of like insanity, like going from like all this, like I was already, you know, doing really poorly, and maybe finding this mold and stuff, which I linked to, explains things, but more than anything, you know, it's just like a bummer. It's just like I didn't have room at the top for it, and I don't really have anywhere to go to live, and it's just really frustrating. Okay, well, that's today in Alex's life. This, as I said, could all have been averted had I not taken drugs. And I haven't shaved in God knows how long. And I'm just not growing facial hair. But that's because of my gonads are failing, which is not funny at all. And, alright.